Okay, let's go ahead and get started with Postman. So in the previous video, you should have installed it already. Now we're simply going to use it and just play around with some of the basic features. So let me go ahead and fire up Postman and get it running on my computer. Now on the first screen, they may prompt you to log in. It's not a requirement to log in or create an account. At the bottom of the screen, they have a link here that says, take me straight to the app. So just go ahead and choose that one, and you don't have to give any user IDs and password. You can simply use the app as is. Alrighty, so they'll probably take you to the main screen and they'll give you like this template or launch wizard or whatever. This is a good starting place if you'd like to use it. We're not going to use it here. We're going to go ahead and use just the basic application. So I'll go ahead and close this window. Alrighty, so just a quick tour of the application. At the top, you'll have your HTTP request, and then at the bottom, you'll have the HTTP response. So here I'll kind of start at the top with the HTTP request. You can use different HTTP methods, get, post, put, so on and so forth. We'll use some of these later on in the videos. You can give the actual URL. You can look at authorization items, headers, and body if we're using like a post and so on. And we'll use most of these features as we go through the course. Alrighty, so I'll click a new tab here. So I'll just hit the plus right here at the top and open up a new tab. So let's go ahead and swing back over to our browser. And in our browser, what we'll do is we'll actually go to this website, jsonplaceholder.typicode.com. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So here's a URL. Again, they have more endpoints that we can use to actually access some REST services. And the reason I want to try this one out is because they have, I guess, more complex responses coming back with nested objects and so on. So the one item that they have here is the /users item that's going to return a list of users. We can actually access this link directly because most web browsers are smart enough to render JSON content. So we can see this long list of all the users here, and we're viewing this directly in Chrome. You can do a similar thing in Firefox or another browser. But I'd like to test this out in Postman also. So I'll go ahead and just copy this URL. And then I'll swing back over to Postman. And in this new tab that we have, we'll just paste in that URL that we just set up. All right, so I have a get on /users. And then I'll do a send. I'll send over this request. And then I get a response. So this is very similar to what we saw in the browser. But the nice thing about using Postman is that you can get additional data more than what you can get in the browser. So here we have the status code of 200. And we see the big long list of everything that's coming back. And also note here, we have this list of users. They also have nested objects. And we saw examples of nested objects earlier in our course. And a nested object within a nested object, okay? So you can have a lot of fun there. So just this big, long laundry list of all the users, and it's set up as an array up top on line 1 with a square bracket. And we can also see that the headers here, all these different headers that were set by that given server. And again, we click the content type of application /JSON. And just tons of other things out there as far as additional metadata or headers that were sent back with this given response. Alrighty, so that's basically it as far as doing GET request. We'll use this Postman a lot during the next set of videos, and we'll check out some of the other features. We'll do the put, post, and delete for our CRUD operations. Alright, so good job. I'll see ya in the next video.